Hey guys, this is Joe at Apriori, and this is somewhat of a follow-up video that I did a few days ago reviewing a game called A Lost City by Fire Maple Games on iPhone and iPad. I've received a lot of requests to do a walkthrough video for this game, even though there is an in-game hint guide for this. I guess a lot of people wanted to see the walkthrough instead, so I've decided to put this together. I'll have to apologize for the quality of this video though, as the recording didn't go very well, and you'll see that on some parts screens look jittery, sound skipping, etc. So please bear with me on that. But it does get better a little bit towards the end of this video. Also, if you're not interested in seeing all the spoilers that this video is going to show, please feel free to watch my review video instead. That's on the annotation right now, so I don't ruin the game experience for you. But that said, let's go ahead and start the game. And this video is going to be a little bit too long, but hopefully you guys will stick with me here. And also the other thing too is that I'm not really going to talk about each and every step that I take while playing this. Instead, I'm just going to do some commentary over the video, and you guys can just sort of see what I'm doing to get through it. Amazingly, if you know exactly what to do to finish the game, as you can see, the overall length of this video, it's about 36 minutes. So yeah, you take about 35 minutes to beat the game. Here you're told a brief story of the Lost City. You know, the story is kind of forgettable, and it doesn't really mean much. You know, the kind of story that you're being told here. And you know, and this is the first screen. This is the actual start of the game. So at the beginning, you're just sort of thrown in there, and you're not really given any kind of tutorial, or there's no direction as to what you're supposed to do. Other than that, you're just supposed to sort of, you know, just kind of roam around the map and just sort of figure out what you're supposed to do next all on your own. So you see here, I went to the left and I picked up the flint stones, and I found some kind of a weird shape that's engraved on the wall, and you know, the character puts that on the journal book, and we'll soon figure out that it's actually a clue to one of the first or the very first puzzle that's introduced for this game. And the lion statue that you saw there earlier, that's you'll see that a lot throughout the game, and you actually do have to you find the keys and unlock all those lion statues to beat the game. So here we go. We got the first puzzle, and you know, take a brief look at the journal to remind yourself what the clue was. And once you put that in there, the door opens, and we get our first statue. Now you'll see that there are more statues like this throughout the city. There are 4 of them in total, and each of these statues have the ability to change the weather on the island. And each time that you change the weather, there's always some kind of a change the way you traverse through the map. And again, the game doesn't really tell you what that is exactly. You're just supposed to find that out on your own. So when we change the weather there, we were able to get through the wall. And you know, I've already beaten this game, so I know exactly where to go to grab the different objects that are laid out on different parts of the map. So I first grabbed the rope, which I'll have to use later. I grab a little stone plug. Oh, and the other thing to mention is that all these objects that I'm going out to grab, by the end of the game, you don't have any items or tools left over, meaning that you will need to use every single one of these items that you acquire to beat the game. And so there I grabbed some kind of a crowbar, and you'll see that I'm gonna use that here in a bit. So you use the pry bar to open up the thing, and I got this strange tile. And again, the game doesn't tell you, you know, oh, that tile is for this or that. Instead, I'm just going around to look for. There you go. See, I see that a tile was missing there, and so I put down the tile, and so then this is the first puzzle, the second puzzle of the game. in which, you know, when I first looked at it, I didn't know what the heck I was supposed to do, but then I figured out that you're supposed to make every single one of those tiles glow in blue by putting the appropriate blocks in the right directions where the light flows through. And of course, it's coming from the bottom there. And this puzzle here is unedited, so you're watching something that I was just trying to figure out as I was doing it myself. And of course, this puzzle doesn't have a clue because, you know, it's self-explanatory. Nobody really needs a clue to do this. But because I've beaten it once, I think I figured it out relatively quickly. And yeah, and once you get the puzzle right, you know, you see something has happened. And when you tap on that little hole on the tile there, you see that there is a leather belt that you can grab. So I grab that, and so again, it's another object, another item that I found, and I know that there's somewhere that I need to use that for. And there you go. So what I did there was I put the leather on the whatever that thing was called to open the door. Then I grabbed the rune off of the statue. There's another clue for an upcoming puzzle, and that was on top of the screen there. Put that in the journal. Right now, I don't know what that means, but you guys will see what that is for later. Oh, and by the way, so when I was doing this, I was using the in-game hint guide. And so if it's not too late for any of you guys, and if you're stuck and you're afraid of seeing something that you don't want to see and that you want to figure it out on your own, do check out the hint guide. And that's if you tap on that the bag that's on the bottom left-hand corner, and then you click on your journal, and you'll see that there's a button that says hint guide. And once you click on that, you'll see all the answers that will help you to advance the game. So, you know, you can use that, and so that way, you know, you're not physically seeing what's going to happen when you do some stuff, because you know, quite frankly, that's what makes this game so much fun, is that sense of self-discovery, you know. And I think part of the reason why the developers didn't give you any kind of tutorial for this game is that, you know, it's all about finding out what you're supposed to do all on your own, you know. And so there you just saw me pick up a flower, and so the ultimate goal in beating this game is actually putting together all of the heart-shaped stones that go on each statue to change the weather. And you saw me put one in at the beginning of the game. And the goal is to actually put all those, and there are 4 heart stones just like that. And the goal is to gather all those 4 together in one room. And of course, in order to do that, then you have to, you know, solve all these puzzles to get different objects that will enable you to, you know, find a key like this here, like this copper key that I'm using. And you'll see that once I use it, all it does is it gives me another item. But before you can put all the stones together, you would have to unlock all the statues, which then reveal, like here, you'll see that I hope you saw that the lion head on the top left-hand corner, that one was lit because we've unlocked one of the statues, and there are 4 of them throughout the game. And when you unlock them all, it'll reveal a secret room, and you go down to the secret room, and there you'll get to see the room where you have to put all the heart stones together. And each time you change the weather, you get a flower that is appropriate for that season, and you have to collect all 4 flowers to get another object, another item, and you have to put the item there for the room to open, you know. So you're going through all of this just so that you can get basically the 4 stones together, and that in a nutshell is your final objective for the game. This is our third puzzle here. Again, this is another puzzle that we didn't get a clue for, and obviously, you know, by looking at it, you can tell that you have to put the gold tube thing all the way to the right, and just by moving these other blocks around, that you can ultimately go ahead and slide that right through. And so yeah, and I think some of these puzzles that don't give you the clue for, I found that those puzzles were a lot more fun and entertaining than those that I have to follow the puzzle, because the clues basically, they straight up give you the answer, right? I mean, you'll never be stuck trying to figure out what this clue's about. Once you identified a clue for a certain puzzle, then by looking at the clue, you'll 9 out of 10 times you'll know exactly what to do with that. So here, you know, you use the machete to go through that part of the map, and the way that you know that something is interactive is by tapping on that screen. You'll get some kind of a description of what it is, and sometimes the game gives you a great clue of what you're supposed to do with that. So I didn't tap on that. I mean, when you saw that I jumped down the cliff using the rope, and I didn't actually tap on the hook there, but if you tap on it, it actually says something like, oh, if I, you know, put a rope here, I might be able to go down, or something like that. And that's how you know what to use and that sort of thing. So we just changed the season again, and now it's winter, and you'll see that by changing the weather to winter, I've changed some the landscape of the map itself. So some parts of the map where it wasn't previously accessible, like the lake, or there's also a waterfall here on this map. You know, now those become accessible because the water is frozen. Or the waterfall, I can just break it down with a hammer and go across. And you know, once I get to the other side, then there's always some kind of a mechanism that unlocks a shortcut, so that even if you change the weather, you will be able to gain an access to go right back in there. And so that was great. But and this puzzle here, I'm not sure if these puzzles do anything. You know, I don't know what that does, to tell you the truth, but I do it because I noticed that you know, the puzzles become available for different seasons, and of course, so every time I change the season, I just remember to go in there and solve the puzzle. But I'm not really sure exactly what I'm doing there or what I did there. So there I got another clue for another puzzle that's upcoming, and I don't know if I'm just kind of wandering around not really knowing what to do here. But oh yeah, I was trying to find the puzzle for the clue that we just found. So I'm looking at the journal to see what that clue was, and again, you see these 4 different shapes corresponding to different colors and the order in which that the shapes are supposed to be aligned to. And so so that's what I do. I get the whatever that sun looking thing is, and the squiggly line, and the heart shape, and the peas, or whatever they are. They look like beans or peas to me. So that's, you know, that's sort of what I was telling myself to remember the image of these things. And again, once you solve the puzzle, it doesn't really do anything crazy, but it gives you an item, right? And so here we got an iron hammer. And the hammer, you'll see that you actually need that hammer in order to advance certain parts of the map here. And so, like I was telling you about the waterfall earlier, you'll need to use the hammer to get through. Or here's, you use the hammer to break through that, and then get your key. And so, and those keys you'll need to use to unlock the lion statues, which then give you another object. Then you use that object to unlock some other objects or get clues. You know, it's kind of a never-ending deal. To be quite honest, if I didn't consult, well, so when I didn't use the hint guide, you know, being completely honest, I think I used the hint guide maybe 4 or 5 times when I was really stuck. But when I didn't use it, it took me over 5 hours to beat this game. But it's amazing how once you know exactly what you're supposed to do and where you're supposed to go, the game only lasted, I don't know, 35 minutes, right? So it's you can see that those hint guides can really ruin your gameplay. So here, the hook that I got from the statue, I hook it, and I get another heartstone shape, or heart-shaped stone. And I'll need to use that to change the season again. And of course, there are 4 seasons in the game. Every time you change the season, there is some change to the landscape. And here you see that I'm using the hammer to break the waterfall to go across, which will then reveal a part of the map that I have never been to before. And right now I'm kind of stuck. I'm like, I don't know what to do. I can't go across the room. But then I realized that there is a puzzle on the right-hand side of the screen there. And this is the clue that we got much earlier, maybe about, I don't know, 10 minutes ago. And we're now finally putting that to use. So look at this here, right? I mean, that's not even a puzzle when the clue is so explicit like that. It's really crazy. So then I went through the door, and there was a secret door. So then I unlocked that, and what that did now is that it opened up a shortcut on the other side, so that when we change the season and the waterfall comes back, I can still get to this room without having to change the season to winter and then break in the waterfall again. And here I put in the stone that we acquired a few minutes ago to change the season again to summer. And every time you change the season, you have to remember to pick up the flower that corresponds to that particular season, because you will need all 4 flowers to advance the game later on. And I don't know why I've skipped it, but there is some kind of a clue here. Once you put that plug in and then you look into that little stoned area where the water was, it actually gives you some kind of a clue that says you have to, you know, light the fire here. But I skipped it because I already knew what I was supposed to do. And so yeah, you light up the fire there, and I think what I do here is I go looking for the flower, I think, for the summer. Oh no, here. So here I touched on that little stone thing, and it said the lid may be open if we did something to it, right? And so that's how you know that if you can tap it, if you can tap an object and the game tells you something about that, then you know that particular object on that screen is interactive, that you can do something with it, or that it's there for a purpose. Because I think there are hardly no part of this map where it doesn't serve any kind of purpose. Even though, you know, some parts it just looks like it's just purely navigational. But there's always something there, always something that you can do there. You know, even that part there, it looks like it's a walkway, but no, you could go climb up the tree to do that. Now, here we get to another puzzle here. This one was actually a little more discreet about what the clue was, but then you figure out that the 4 shapes were pointing at different directions, and they were all in different sizes, and it was in blue and red. So then I was able to figure it out and get the golden snake. It's actually it's all this is a stark reminder why watching a walkthrough video like this, or doing or playing through the game using a hint guide would really ruin the overall gameplay experience. Because man, I remember when I was solving some of these puzzles, I was so happy. I was like, God, I'm so proud of myself that I just figured this out, you know, just to get something stupid, or you know, because you'll do something crazy and then you get like a shovel, and I'm like, okay, great, thanks. Now, but I don't know what to do with the shovel, you know. You know, when you watch some kind of a Indiana Jones movie or something, every time you solve something great and amazing, you know, they give you like gold or diamond or something crazy, but here they don't do that, which is fine, you know. And the other thing is, you know, but by you get to this point, you're still not sure what the heck it is that you're here for, what you're supposed to do, and all that. So the anticipation is still there, which is what makes the game all the more fun. And like right there, I've been to that part of the map before when I was playing this the first time, and I didn't know what the heck I was supposed to. When I got the plate, I didn't know what it was for. I just, you know, I would look at all the different screens from the map, and you know, you would just have absolutely no idea what it was for, and so I had to use the hint guide for that, and that's how I knew that that's what I was supposed to do. Yeah, and throughout the game you'll see all these different tile stones too, but really, you know, you're supposed to find all the tiles to put it on that section of the map, and then it gives you another item that you can use to reveal some another clue, which I think might be the final clue of the game. But yeah, here you're gonna see me struggle with this puzzle. I think this one and the one after, I couldn't do it so fast. But you know, I'm not a big puzzle guy like this, so you know, you'll see me struggle there. But at least these are sooner or later you'll figure it out, right? I mean, these are not the type of puzzles that you'll get stuck on forever, because you know, you kind of know what you're supposed to do on these things. So here, I just came all the way over here just to grab that flower, because again, on my first gameplay, I didn't know what these flowers are supposed to be, or where they were at and all that, and I actually had to look around all over the island trying to find the flowers, and some of them are in really conspicuous locations, and they just look like they're hiding. And so I just remembered that every time I change the season, I have to go and find a flower. And here I changed the weather back to spring, and this, you know, like, if you're not looking at the hint guide, you would never think to do that, right? I mean, why? I mean, what would make you come all the way down to the beginning stage of the game to change the weather to spring? You know, I mean, you would have never known. I don't know. Maybe it's just me, but that was sort of the moment when I had to use the hint guide. But like that area there, the water doesn't come up unless you change the weather to spring, and that's why you had to change the weather to make that treasure box float up like that. And you come up here, and once you water off the fire, you get some charcoal, which you'll need to reveal some hard to read spot on the game, which, if you remember, that was just right across the lake. And so you'll see me go all the way over there, and this is just another clue to another puzzle. And that's our final stone, and our fourth and final statue as well. So we just changed the season to autumn or fall. And pick up the flower here. Then I come back and try to solve the puzzle. Again, I don't know what this puzzle is supposed to do. Once I figure it out and solve the puzzle, I don't know what it does. If any of you guys know what it does, actually leave a comment below and let me know what that does. Because I really couldn't figure out what that was for. But I was just doing it because it's kind of there. Man, I didn't know talking to a microphone for 36 minutes would be as difficult as this. Just kind of run out of things to say other than to show you what the footage is. And my voice is starting to crack and I'm thirsty. Good experience though, good experience. So here is what I was talking about. So all the flowers that we went around to hunt for, this is where you need the flowers for. You see, you need the fire, and then you have to throw in all the 4 different flowers into it to get another item. And I guess you wouldn't have to necessarily collect all the flowers before that, but man, if you get to that part and then you realize that you had to collect all the flowers, just think about all the pain and time wasting you would have to do to find the statues, change the weather, and then look for the stupid flower, and do that 4 times, and then come back to that stage. So hopefully by showing you this, you would know to collect the flowers every time you change the season. And here's one of the easier puzzles in the game. I mean, the clue just tells you what shapes to press. And so this one was pretty easy. I think the biggest puzzling part of figuring out that puzzle is probably knowing to use the rope to go inside of the well there. And because the game doesn't, but I at some point, you get to a point and you're like, gosh, I'm really stuck. And so you get to every single part of the map and you start applying all the items you have in the inventory and just kind of tapping on the screen to see what works. And that's actually how I found out that the rope can go on there and that I can descend down. So I think that might have been the last key for the 4 statues that are in the game. 4 or 5 statues in the game. And what that did, you'll see here in a second that it actually opens up. You see all those lion heads now glowing up because we've unlocked them all. And we've opened a secret room. And I think I'm skipping over that for a second to go get something else. Yeah, well, I think I'm just changing the season and I'm going right back in there. But at this point, we're really at the home stretch now, because we unlocked the secret room, which is the near the ending part of the game. Here you grab the moon, and it opens that door, and it's through that door that we need to get into to finish out the game. So you take the moon and then you put it into that thing, and it gives you one of the 2 clues that you will need to solve the last piece of the puzzle. And you'll see that I'm gonna need a second piece of the clue to solve the last puzzle. Looking at the map guide, using the shovel. And this was another challenging puzzle, even with the clue. I wasn't really sure what clue that I had to use to solve that in the first place, and then when I did find it, I was still kind of clueless as to what I was supposed to do. But if you're looking at the clue there, each color had different number of petals or leaves, and basically what it was for the flower that has 1 leaf, you change it to red. For 2 leaves, you change it to blue, and 3 leaves, you change it to green. And that's what'll unlock the box. And you get one of the last items. Crank that baby open, and you'll get the second coin. And I don't know if you noticed me just walking right past the one part of the room where it was missing 2 coins. And so once I get this, that's where I'm gonna head on over to put the coins into their places. And that's gonna give me, I believe, the final object that I will need to finish this game. Or yeah, one of the 2 last objects that I will need to finish the game. So it gives me this little wooden stick, but it tells me that it's a long fishing stick in the description. I could have never tell what that was until the description told me. But then, if you've got a stick, there's only one thing you can do with the fishing stick, and that is to go to the pond and fish. And you get a little key, and you use it in here. You put the final tile, and you put the fish key that we just acquired, and it'll open up and give us the last object that we will need to finish off this game. And of course, that object goes into the secret hidden room that we've unlocked earlier by unlocking all the different lion statues. I guess not. I guess yeah. Sorry about that. I put it there. And that'll give us the second half of the clue that we'll need to solve the last puzzle of this game. Yeah, that's what it does. And you'll see, and so I don't know if you noticed my inventory there, but I didn't have any objects left, right, except for my rope. And the only reason why I have the rope is because that's retrievable once you use it. But you'll notice that all the objects that we acquire throughout the game, those are all used and they're all gone now. And so so every object that you acquire throughout the game, just know that there is a purpose for every single one of them, and that you will need to use them to advance the game. So the last thing I have to do is to go back and collect all the heart-shaped stones. Because in that secret room, I don't know if you noticed, but it had 4 slots for those heart-shaped stones. So I'm just going around looking for all the statues to get my stones back. But the thing is prior to unlocking that room, you can't get your stone back once you put it in there. Because I remembered this, and I thought, well, after I change the season, I'll just take the stone right back, so I keep it. So at the end of the game, I don't have to do this nonsense of running around looking for these stones. But the game actually doesn't let you take back your stone until after you've unlocked that last room in the secret passage. So Yes, just so you guys know. And so we're on the really final home stretch here. So we've got all the stones. Now we're gonna try to go back inside that room, put all the stones back, and then you guys will see the final ending of the game. And I think you guys will agree with me that the ending is it's kind of a letdown. You know, if I just think about all the anticipation that was building up prior to this. You know, if I was getting a high for figuring out a puzzle or something like that, that you would think that that the ending would be something just totally awesome. But all it says is just the air is different and all that kind of jazz. But yeah, if you guys like this video, please comment, favorite, subscribe, and share it with your friends. I will be putting up a lot more videos like this in the future. I don't know about walkthroughs. Well, maybe if there is a lot of requests for them. But I will certainly be reviewing a lot of different apps that are available on iPhone. So hope you enjoy the video. Go ahead and click that thumbs up button and make sure to subscribe if you're new to this channel. And I'll see you guys later.